Okay, thank you so much, Ali Vitale. And now I want to turn to California Attorney General Rob Bonta, who is part of this lawsuit brought by Democratic leaders in 25 states suing the administration over the looming SNAP funding cutoff. Attorney General, appreciate your time. This lawsuit is, as you point out, the 45th lawsuit you have brought against the Trump administration this term. What's your argument in this one?
This is our 45th lawsuit in 40 weeks, so more than one lawsuit a week, and yet another unlawful action by the Trump administration here, not spending, refusing to spend contingency funds that are available to fund the SNAP program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, food stamps for our most vulnerable Americans across the country, children, seniors, the disabled, the elderly. The contingency fund is supposed to be used in exigent circumstances just like now, and has been used in the past during government shutdowns to make sure that the hungry in America can eat. And the Trump administration is trying to not spend that money. If they just did what every other administration did, what the law requires them to do, they would spend the money on those who need food. But it's intentional, it's deliberate, it's cruel, and it is dangerous. And so we are going to court arguing that this is a contrary to law, that they must spend the money. We have a temporary restraining order hearing tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we believe that we will secure an order requiring the Trump administration once again to follow the law and make the SNAP payments to those in need across the country.
The vice president, who met with Senate Republicans yesterday, weighed in on this SNAP issue. Let's watch.
We're trying to keep as much open as possible, and we're exploring all options. There are limitations on all these funds. There are limitations on how you can use them. Obviously, it's a limited pot of money, so even if you use them for one thing, that means you can't use them for another.
So the administration says legally these contingency funds are off limits during a shutdown. And let me read part of the memo from USDA. They said the contingency fund is a source of funds for contingencies such as a disaster SNAP program, which provides food purchasing benefits for individuals in disaster areas, including natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods that come on quickly and without notice. And shutdown does not qualify. What do you say to that?
Wrong. Lots of post hoc attempts to rationalize their unlawful action. If you look at the September 30th memo from the USDA, if you look at the October 1st memo from the USDA, just less than a month ago, the USDA said that the funding in the contingency pot would be used to pay SNAP payments. Look what happened in the 2019 government shutdown. That was Trump. They paid these SNAP payments out of the contingency fund then. This would be the first time ever that the contingency funds would not be drawn upon for payments during a government shutdown. So it's a lot of posturing, attempts to explain the unexplainable, attempts to justify what's unjustifiable. People need to eat, and Congress, in the SNAP Act and the SNAP statutory framework, has required that the funds in the contingency fund be used in moments like this. And so whatever the vice president, whatever mental gymnastics he's trying to perform, whatever justification he's trying to provide, the law is where we go to get the answer to this question. And it says that the contingency funds shall be used to make payments in exactly circumstances like this. So we're going to do what the judge says on Thursday, whatever the vice president says, and we think we're going to secure a restraining order requiring the federal administration to make payments out of the contingency fund to those who are hungry. And let me just say that society should be judged on how we treat our most vulnerable, our sick, our poor, our seniors, and Trump gets an F on that score. This is cruel. This is deliberate. This is intentional. Absolutely unnecessary. The funds are in the pot, in the contingency fund. Spend them. Let America eat.
Let's hope that the judge rules quickly on this case, because again, November 1st is when that deadline hits. Let's turn in the moment to the election in your state next week. The administration, we now know, is sending federal election monitors to 5 jurisdictions there following a request from the Republican Party there in California. In response, your state is deploying state monitors to monitor the federal observers. Why do you think that's necessary?
Because this federal administration has earned no trust in this regard. Trust is earned. It's not just given. Look at what the federal administration has done when it comes to the voting rights of Americans, the voting rights of Californians. Trump issued an executive order trying to prevent the counting of timely cast vote by mail ballots. He has continued to say that vote by mail should be ended and terminated because he was advised that that is an appropriate course by that champion of democracy, Vladimir Putin. He continues to say that he won the 2020 election. Continues to say that in 2025. And so they are generating in the federal administration, Trump is generating these very dangerous conspiracy theories that have no basis in fact, no evidence, no data to back them. And they seemingly are sending folks with some feigned reasons that the Republican Party, by the way, asked them to come in, invited them to come in. So this is very partisan. And I don't think they have concern about whatever the Republican Party stated, but they want to come to set the groundwork that there is some sort of widespread voter fraud when there's been absolutely no data for that. So I worry about what they might use this moment to do, what they might suggest, what flags they might raise that have no basis in fact. So we want to make sure that they stay in the lane. They certainly can observe from a distance. They cannot interfere with voting, with vote counting. And we welcome the transparency. We think that when they observe the process, they'll see just how accurate, they'll see how comprehensive, how reliable the voting process is in California. They'll see the integrity. They'll see the fairness of it. And I just want to make sure that all the voters in California vote. You have a right to vote. Use it.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta, thank you for your time.